and everything looks okay here. I want to check this could be protected if I'm not wrong. So let me just try again. We don't need to assess these functions outside of this class, so I want to keep this kind of clean. Yeah, but from yep. What did he call it? Let's come. Sniper character. Okay, from the sniper character, we're going to access these ones. Yeah, here we have directed the class, so I need to make them public. Oh wait. Okay, let's check it. Okay, we do not have any kind of errors here. We need to start to deal with the inventory class. So that's what we're gonna create in probably tonight. Oops. Okay, everything is working as supposed. So let's create a new class, new C++ class. We're gonna derive, of course, from a nectar component because this is gonna be the inventory, and everyone can have the inventory, like us or our enemies. I mean, real players or AI. So let's call this SP inventory. We're going to put in public as well, like always. After I'm gonna reorganize a bit things. So we're gonna create in this class. And probably we need to implement a lot of logic here now. Without problem. We just need to. Yeah, my machine is slightly slow. Okay, let's reload everything. And I didn't call should have called it comp. Whatever, doesn't change so much. So here we need to define how we want the inventory. If we want it like holding everything, like generic items, and keep separated from weapons and other stuff, basically we could create a simple array of uh, actors without being too much specific, which on which the inventory holds, which is probably the best approach. And after, of course, if we need to assess different stuff, and of course to cast on them. But let me just name this inventory component like the one that I did before, Sniping Legends. As class group. So, I want to start to thinking if at the end let's start to define a strat. Making this on the fly, guys, so as it counts. Okay, this structure is the blueprint type, and it's going to be a struct. Oops. To be struct, and we're gonna call this F inventory slot. F inventory slot. And I want to think if I want to define if we want to have two separate inventories, one for the weapons and one for all the other objects. But probably it's not super okay, let's do as we do. Okay, this is gonna be edit folds only, and it's gonna be blueprint read only, because we're gonna managing everything in C++. Oops, is equal to inventory. And we're gonna have an integer 32, which is gonna define do we want to define the slots or do we want to define the amount? Okay, the structure defines the slot itself, so we need to store the slot amount, so how many pieces we have in that slot, and we're going to also creating let's stick with a simple actor now. For the moment, like item in slot. Yeah. check another thing. What do we have here? Because we have also the weapons. Yeah, to assess all these parameters, we need to probably need to define the type of item itself inside. Yeah, with any name, probably. Because with the e-weapon type, it is related only to the weapons, and probably. Okay, let me go here. Let's make a thing. Generate a body, and that should be okay. I'm thinking how to organize that. Let's make this a subclass of an actor. Because also after reparenting, in case that we need. So, just make a quick check. I want to say really generic with the inventory. But when it's something that defines the kind of piece, then we have in the inventory. Because anyway, we need to be able to cast it out, guy. Based on the type and it belongs to. Whenever we have to assess some particular functions and stuff. I think I've been making something really abstract that represents everything in the world. That could be good. Let me just make it really quick. Let me add on this guy, add a component. Inventory. SP inventory, okay. Okay, save it. That's 1 second of things. So let me just go back into an inventory. We're gonna create an instance of this guy. So we're gonna make it public. And we're gonna use F inventory slot. I'm gonna call this inventory. Inventory, and it's gonna be going to be read defaults only, blueprint read write, and I change this with edit anywhere just for the moment. After we're going just to change this. I want to make a quick test. I'm making this game just for fun, without, in really few spare time than I have. Meanwhile, I'm waiting that something happen. Of course, I'm reborn. So let's get back to this guy, and this guy. Of course, this guy should have the inventory available, and okay. Let me delete for a second this thing. Let me just. What this guy? It's. Okay, inventory. We can literally really add everything now as item in the slot. Anything which completely derives from the actors. The problem is when we really need to get this guy.
All the small things, true care, truth brings. I'll take one lift, your ride, best trip, always. I know you'll be at my show, watching, waiting, commiserating.
Saying and so I will not go. Turn the lights off, carry me home.
Late night, work sucks. I know she left me roses by the stairs. Surprises let me know she cares.
Saying and so I will not go. Turn the lights off, carry me home. Carry me home. Carry me home. Saying and so I will not go. Turn the lights off, carry me home. Keep your head still, I'll be your.
Okay, let's go 1 second in the weapon, and pretty sure then we have to keep it weapon. which is in our player
Tell me
character.
you'll thrill. The night will go on. The night will go on. My little
Where's this game? What do we... Okay, here we should have the equipped weapon, and we should also have the secondary weapon. So this is gonna be secondary weapon. Hey, Nash, how you doing? Nice to see you here. Secondary weapon. How's it going? I'm just streaming a bit for relaxing. That should be instantiated. Yes, I guess yes. It's gonna be a NAND gun weapon. NAND. Hey, Danix, how you doing? It's nice to see you guys around. It's going pretty good. I'm happy. I just made a lot of back office, which I finally finished. And now I'm working on a looter shooter, just for fun. I implemented already the RPG's mechanics today and stuff. Progression levels, all these weird things. That's it. You Daniels, how you doing? Tell me, what are you working on, guys? You feel that? Wait, what's up? You're playing too much? Or in a strange case you're working? Tell me what's going on. Okay, let's launch the game, enter in the bag. Oh, let me just... This is a multiplayer game, guys, so we will play multiplayer together. Let's test 1 second instant. Nothing is fun to do today. Why? You're bored? Or there's another reason? So let me get in the bag. Speed the bag. Weapons. 1. Okay. We should level up now. Okay. Current new rage, new and endurance, new HP. Okay. Next level it's 900 points. So we're going to level up again. Okay. Good. Killing and reloading is working. Good. Okay. Okay. Let's level up again. I guess it's just one of those days. I know that days. There are days where you are kinda empty. And I'm gonna suicide myself now. Like an idiot. Boom. You die like an idiot 1 time. Okay, everything is working good. Okay, let's go back and see. You feel like you're bored or you feel like you're tired? Because there's a lot of difference between these two. A lot. The base stats are completely implemented. You guess both? Why? It happens. I mean, there are certain days that you feel like there are certain days and feels like you know, especially this period when we are closer in the house. Well, Italy just reopened a bit of everything, but I think we are really suffering a lot from the past situations, COVID and lockdown and all this stuff. And this kinda, I'm pretty sure that this influenced a lot the way that we sleep, the way that we interact with others, the way that our patience is working or not. And that makes a lot of difference. Because we are honestly different from what we were, sorry, before COVID strikes. Nash, I got 4 more hours of work. Working on the weekend sucks. What are you working on, Nash? Thank you for following. Spunta la luna dal monte. Sounds like Italian. Or sounds maybe... Beh, magari è Fiasco con uno dei suoi nickname. Welcome, anyway. I guess you should be Italian, so welcome in the crew. That's Fiasco. It just we all have those days. It's gonna be over tomorrow. Yeah, I guess that probably it's the daily life that we do that sometimes gets just too much to us. Ciao Fiasco, come stai? Yeah, I agree that yes, well, we all have it, and you know, we went through a lot these times, really, and it's not easy for anyone, honestly. Keep it up and be kinda brains sanely, if you wanna put in that way. Like me, you know, from December I did so many things. From this in 1 month I did the mini game. After in 1 month I did a full website. After I worked on other stuff still related to the game. After I created the installer, I created the patcher, I made the integration with Xsolla, with the influencers portals, with the payment system, all this stuff, and everything is in 5 months. So I'm completely over with my forces, honestly. I did so many things in like 5 months, then it's overdue, man. And so now I'm making this game in C++, a looter shooter, just for clear a bit my mind and relax a bit, if you understand what I mean. Beh, come va? Ho visto che hai mollato la demo, l'ho scaricata ieri, giusto lanciata. Aspettando il momento giusto per farci una piccola mention. Bene, dai, sono contento. È bella. Ci sono 2 ore di gameplay puro. E se no ci sono circa, credo, 10-12 ore di gioco, più o meno. Fammi sapere cosa ne pensi. Se ti diverte, se voglio avere la tua opinione. Guys, you know, the demo is out, so you can go on the website and download the latest version. So you can let me know what you think about that. And it's free for 15 days for everyone. So you can download, play it, and let me... There is also the setup on the NDDB too. And if you want, you can go in the website and pre-order also the game now, which is really pretty cool. And having the full mini game for free. We'll have those days, usually when it's raining for me. To me, not. When it's raining, I feel good. I like rain. I like the rain. Gives me good mood, especially in the winter. During the summer, not so much. But in the winter, when it's cold, when it rains, I really feel like it's good. I don't know, maybe because I am a kind of romantic person. Uh, I live in Florida. It's always so sunny. Oh man, you're you're lucky to live in Florida. Florida is really nice. I mean, uh, beside Miami, Fort Lauderdale is also in Florida, right? I had a friend then was there from 4 times. I loved it. Yeah, I saw that he had an insane amount of fun in Fort Lauderdale, especially during the vacations in the school vacations. They told me that all the boys and girls from college and high school goes in Fort Lauderdale and becomes really a savage place. Really a place where we're having a lot of fun. Na, 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 na.
Come on, honey, let's spend the night together. Now, hold on a minute before we go much further. Give me a
No, no, no.
so I can phone my mother. They catch a cab to this high-rise apartment. At last, he can tell her exactly what his heart meant.
Na, 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 na. E tu, Fiasco, come stai? Ti faccio sapere appena mi porto un po' avanti. Novità, peraltro. Campagna Kickstarter. Ti hanno fatto sapere nulla dall'Epic Grant? Campagna Kickstarter? No, è ancora troppo presto. E non... Gli ultimi 5 mesi. The last 5 months I worked like a mule, like a donkey, and I also finished to integrate it because now there's also integration with Xsolla for the payment system, and from the influencer we have a partners program and all the stuff. And also facing a Kickstarter campaign is really not the moment, and I don't want because I'm waiting an answer from Epic for the Epic Grants. So I don't think will be I can say I don't think will be correct through users and Epic. So because if we get the Epic Grant, we don't need at all to make a crowdfunding campaign if the things on the scope of the project doesn't change, right? So at that point, I can hire the people that I need and be in early access in December. So this is just a waiting time that is killing me, honestly, because it's not easy keep waiting for an answer, and days are passing, and you're constantly it's kind of fun because you're constantly reloading the mail all day every day to check if there's some kind of answer related to the submission to the Epic Grant. And so now it's just time that I have to wait and just waiting for what will be the result of the submission to Epic. I hope it's gonna be good. If it's gonna be good, we're going to progress at full speed with the game, which is very good. I already find the people to hire. Mostly, not everyone, but mostly. I'm resetting main constantly as well. So no, I'm not the only one. Applied for a new job. Ooh, that's cool. Tell us something, Daniel. Which kind of position you applied to? Fiasco, ci sarà mai un giorno che smetterai di fare dei nick nuovi? Così eviterai di confondere un cazzo di povero vecchio e potrò tenerti finalmente come contatto in Discord che esiste. Game tester? Oh, really? That sounds cool, Daniels. Can I ask you which company you applied for, Daniels? Because I'm really curious. When it works out of you, I'm living vicariously through you. I work in game dev, but I cannot wait till I can go solo. This is actually being a solo developer. You need to face a lot of challenges, Nash. With the world and with yourself. And during these 2 years and let's say 2 years and 4 months now, I really went through a lot of personal issues, difficulties, because it's literally 2 years and adult and I don't get any kind of salary, right? So it's especially when you are trying to make a great game, it's really not easy because there's nothing that pays in the immediate time, right? You need to make the things good, and the biggest challenge is with yourself. Because working for a lot of time and not seeing like tangible results in terms of money, in terms of this kind of things, that's not easy. Keep constantly pushing yourself over your limits, right, Nash? This is what I want to say. It's really not easy. Keep pushing, really, and it's beautiful because you say, okay, I can do what I want. I can work on my own project or my own ideas. They rocks, and that is really good. But on the other side, you need to have some safety net. Because, okay, let me put it this way. A lot depends from what you want to achieve. If you want just to make experience and outputting a lot of, let's say, at the beginning, crappy games, and more you learn and more you make a little passive income to sustain yourself, this could be a viable way. On my side, guys, then I'm making this huge game, so I had to keep in consideration the fact that in 4 years, I'll not take any kind of salary, right? And now I'm 2 years and a half, then I don't take any kind of salary, so it's getting heavy. It's really getting heavy for myself, and especially keep constantly focused on a huge project without seeing results. Believe me, it's really, really, really hard. Because the amount of work is huge, hard, and you need to work like 16, 18 hours a day, every freaking day, 7 days a week, 30 days a month. There is no holidays. There is no rest. There is basically nothing. And this is all for a dream, right? For your dream. And that, to be honest, it is hard. And Rockstar Games, freak, that's awesome. That's awesome, Daniel. So Rockstar Games. Well, if you're gonna be a tester at Rockstar Games, I'll be proud of you. Capito, buono da lì, io sto bene, diciamo dai. Soliti cazzo di problemi, sempre cazzeggiando questo quanto per distrarre. Faccio vedere una cosa che sto facendo sti giorni di scalp. Ok. Blender? Mmm. Looks good. Yeah, get good at being tough mentally. It is Nash. It is basically going solo. You have two ways. You have to kind of try to make games then basically sell like mini games, outputting a lot of stuff that doesn't require a lot of time to make, and hopefully creating like a passive income, right? Then can sustain you through your journey. And this is the most easy way. If you are striving for the second way, the problem is really that you really have to be tough on and keep yourself on the point. You understand me? Because working for a long period of time without seeing results, it's mentally dangerous, and it could break you, right? It could really break you. Because it's really difficult waking up every day. To be honest, it's really difficult waking up every day and say, it's okay, I'm gonna work like 16 hours and I don't know when I'll see the results. I don't know when the game will pay off. And at the beginning, Nash, it's really good because you have a lot of enthusiasm, right? And it's beautiful, it's perfect. But after a huge amount of time, like more than 2 years and a half, keep pushing every day, it's the most difficult thing. And I'm, guys, I'm really honest with you and with everyone, and I always tell what I think. And this is probably one of the most difficult things. If you want to make a game that leave an impact, then it's not just the usual stick game that people put on sale. I'd be proud of myself as well. Spent like 4 hours to make your curriculum vitae yesterday. Oh, that's a lot. You work at EA right now. That's great anyway. You get paid good, but I make sport games that I don't really care about. Well, I think you accumulate a lot of experience there, Nash, and that will give you a huge base jump when you make the jump, really, right? I like hearing you talk about it, gives me realistic expectation. Honestly, if I looking back, the last 2 years and a half, they were beautiful. I met a lot of great people. I learned very, very, very well the engine, and I can basically make anything. And this were a great trip, to be honest, and was the most beautiful part. The counterpart, it's the counterpart is asking yourself why you want to do the jump, why you want to go solo. What's the reason? If the reason is for making money, don't do that, because you really need to cry a lot before making money. If you're not super lucky, or if you don't really get a hit at the first thing. That's really rare. If you wanna go solo for fulfilling your dreams and making your dream game, that's a great reason. And that is I think that should be the best motivation that you could have. The best motivation is make the game then you will love to play and you will love them play, then people will play it. You should make games for the pleasure of making games and giving fun to people and narrate beautiful story, and be happy in what you're doing, right? I'm really happy in Reborn. Reborn turned out to be a huge project, and I keep constantly upping up to date, for more than 2 years. And this is my life. This is what I do every day, but it's not paying at the moment. And that's the counterpart. Nah, it's not about money. I got a story for a game, I lose one. Okay. I got a pad of paper and lots of ideas. That should be the spirit. The spirit should be, I want to make something. Before you should make something for yourself. Something that you will love to make it and to play it. Because also from the fact that you already work in the industry, right, Nash? You know how much it's difficult. You know how many hours you need to commit to huge projects. And so there's already great benefit for you, because you're not just someone that says, "Oh, I want to make a game. It's easy. I'm gonna do 2 months." You know already what makes meaning a game and how many different competences you need to have for making a game. Because for making a game, you need to be, if you're a soul like me, you need to be a level designer, you need to be a lighting artist, you need to be a coder, you need to be a 3D modeler, you need to be able to rig, you need to be able to texture, you need to be able to do a lot of things. And that's is really, being a solo developer, it's great because you need to acquire their competences to ship the game. It's not like then you are a code engineer, then you do classes all day, every day, and you expose the things to level designers and things like that. But you need to be able to do everything from scratch. That's the best part, because that will give you a lot more competences and awareness of what is, and will make you also honestly grow a lot, really a lot in terms of your work. Yeah, now it's just saving up for that Nasdaq. Yeah, like I did. I always, from when I was a kid, I made a lot of stupid games, and in the past, in Basic or small text adventures and stuff like that. But I never did a game from zero to hero, and especially I never used any kind of engine. And honestly, Unreal Engine is simply fantastic. It's simply great. It lets you do an insane amount of things. And my dream was always making a game that I will love to do and to play. And that's why I decided to leave my job and was not related to any kind of video game industry or things like that, totally other stuff. And I started to learn the engine. And that was my dream. That's why I did it. At my age is crazy. I don't know how old are you, Nash, but at my age, when I started this trip, I was 47. Now I am 49. 46 and a half I was. Now I am 49. So at my age, it's literally crazy doing something like that. Without, any kind of, how can I say, without being sure that the project will go on, right? And will be good. But the commitment, then, it's my dream to make a great game that gives me this commitment every day. 38. So yeah, you have already your great luggage of experience. But yes, working solo lets you explore ideas, explore making new concepts, making new stuff, and that's literally great. Uh, but it's really it's also a lot different. But that's the beauty of it. To be honest, at least for people like me, if I don't have a great goal, I don't know if I can really commit because let me put it this way. If I'm approaching something, then I know already that I can solve, do, output a ship. That gives me the feeling that I know already how to do it, and I will not commit because it's too easy, right? And instead, if I'm starting a project which is really difficult, it's over my actual capacities of like 2 years and a half ago, that gives me a great boost on learning new things. Because I don't feel honestly a challenge in doing something that I know already that I can do. I know it is strange, but I want to ship something awesome, but not for just shipping. Just I want to make a great game for gamers. But at my age, it's kind of crazy. I know that. But if you are not a bit crazy in life, you're boring. Or not. You're rooting for me? Thank you, Nash. I hope the things that are going good and the grant, I hope them will go through. And so I can, put together the team and because I did everything alone so far, and now I need people then join the team to produce props, meshes, music, all this stuff. But that's also the beauty of how I can say the challenge is the beauty. Di altro tutto bene, Rex come sta? Red sta bene, è qui come al solito vicino a me. Sulla poltrona, Red is good, is basically standing 10 centimeters away from me on his own chair and be good like every day. Yeah, life is kind of normal for me during this COVID period. It didn't change so much because I was already buried in the house, right? And it really didn't change so much. Let's make this edit anywhere. Let's make this blueprint read right. No, yeah, read right. It is okay. Category is gonna be inventory. gonna be. Oh, I'm gonna call this float. Don't change so much. Max slot. I can say then to everyone, it is really great going solo, but it's also tough. It's also a tough moment, and it's a tough trip. And don't do this for money, because being so successful in the game industry as a solo developer, it's really rare. Do this if you want to independent. Many people is telling that they do because they want to be independent. To be honest, a lot of people don't say it's this. It's, let's say, a certain amount of people don't say it's this. They don't even, they use it as an excuse, right? To be really honest, because if you have like a career of 30 years in the industry, like working at Rockstar Games or EA or Ubisoft for 30 years, that could be a point in which you can say, yes, okay, I have a lot of experience and I want to be independent, okay? That is a good moment. But if you never worked in the industry, and I heard a lot of streamers, they say, so, I do this because I want to be independent. No, that is honestly a lie. In the most cases, in the most part. Because they don't even know what means being independent, right? Because they never worked for other people or for other companies. If you understand what I mean. Many times I think that I want to be an indie developer because I want to be independent. That is not true, because they even never worked into the industry, so they even don't know what means being independent or not. If honestly, for example, let me be really honest, if Epic will seize me tomorrow, or Ubisoft or EA or whoever is at that place, this is a very good salary, come to work for us, I will evaluate that thing, because I know that I can do, right? I know that I can show something. I know that my work is visible from everyone, right? And there is a game, is there, you can play. And as minigame literally has like 10-15 hours of gameplay. And I achieved that already, because I shipped a game, a very complex game. Then I keep calling demo because I am like that, but I already did that. So I only think that many people use this "I'm gonna be independent" as an excuse, because or no one wants them, or it just trendy saying that, right? If you want to say that way. Let's call this inventory slots. Inventory max slots. I'm slowly building up assets right now, learning Blender as Substance Painter Designer, and doing it just for fun. That is the good way. As I said before, you need a lot of competences when you're working alone. Because, you know, take any kind of mesh that is sold in the marketplace or even downloadable for free, you need to adjust things. You need to adjust sockets. You need to maybe move bones, retargeting things. changing slots. So there is a lot of things that as a sole developer you must rely on yourself. You cannot have anyone that is doing for you, right? And that's the greatest thing. You need to understand 3D modeling. You need to understand texturing. You need to understand whatever, lightning, everything. Because if you work alone, there is no one that is doing the things for you, right? But what, if I may ask, Nash, what your current role at EA? What are you taking care of there? Yeah, Epic bought our station, so I've been taking full advantage of that after I get to work. Epic is buying everything. They are awesome, these guys. Scamp. Yeah, then return for a second. The fingers disposed. Okay, max slots. My man, doing great today? Yeah, Nate, nice to see you. We are talking of what means being an indie, a solo developer, and what really, I mean, I can share my experience with you guys, and talking from my point of view. And it's a really interesting discussion. And you, Nate, how you doing? How's going to work? Still making meetings? Up. We are level 2, level 3, level up. I'm just waiting for some answers. Gameplay programmer. I was working on Madden. Been moving on a new golf game. Ooh, Madden. Madden was, from what I know, was the dream of Trip Hawkins, and at the time of the Sega Genesis, he went completely crazy to make Madden. I've seen a documentary about that, and it was always the obsession of Trip Hawkins. For who doesn't know, Trip Hawkins is the founder of Electronic Arts, yes, and now EA Sports, of course. And at that time, I was not sure that the American football at 11 was possible. 11 was, I guess. Yes, 11 was. And so it was thinking to make the version that is 7 people playing. And at that point, he met on a train with John Madden, and Madden says no. I think they went coast to coast, I guess. And Madden said no. The football at 7 is not the real football. So if we're gonna make the football, the American football, we're gonna make in the, I think it's 11. Correct me. I'm not super specialist in sports. And so at that point, Madden went into it, and they made probably the greatest game of Sega Genesis at that point. There's still a lot of meetings and little work. Hopefully this week's will be the last one of meetings. Shadow è ancora vivo? Sì, Shadow. It's strange that Shadow is not around tonight. We talked all yesterday. Uh, he's always here. Probably tonight is somewhere else. I work at the Tiburon. Only been there for 5 years. I've learned a lot of stuff. I guess, especially in that environment. I mean, I consider the fact that working in a big company, you can accumulate a lot of experience and sees all the things that concur to create a game, right? And I think that I miss that kind of experience. I would love to, work for a certain period of time on a big company to learn and learn more and learn more from professional people than does this for years. And I honestly think that, to be honest, needs this industry. It's one of the few ones, okay, then you'll never finish to learn, and you will always find someone which is better than you. And if you're smart enough, that's the moment in which you need to learn, and you need to confront it yourself with other people to learn and improve and become a better person. Um, if you understand what I mean. Because working in such big companies, yeah, there is some backdoors, okay, can understand, but you can accumulate such a big bag of experience that will be, unpayable throughout your, experience, right? I got luck through. I live in Florida, and my school fits people into AI, so I was one of the. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, this is something that, honestly, USA are unbeatable on this, because the school system fits the good people directly into industries, which doesn't exist in Italy. For example, in Italy, we really not have an insane amount of game companies. There is just one good game company, maybe two, max three. But the school system is not tied with companies. Like, we don't have university for game design. We don't have literally nothing, right? And I put it that way. Um, and this is the greatest things of the USA. Then it's a lot of things are integrated, right? This process comes directly from schools and goes directly into the industry, and that's what is the great part, because young talents can directly flows from the school into the industry, and a kind of industry, and and sharp their knowledge on the field, if you understand what I mean, right? And that is the greatest part. Nat says, hopefully the game industry is better than web development, because here the bigger the company, the less you work. Well, you could see also the other way around. If you don't like to work, you're good to go, right? I mean, that could be boring too. That is also, honestly, could be boring. Uh, Okay, we need to declare this guy property. This is gonna be blueprint read only, and this is gonna be category. Gonna leave in components. So components. So misspell. And this is gonna be a USP inventory. Oops. Oh, I'm gonna spell everything today. Oh, Jesus, I can't type even inventory. What's going on? To me, working, if that will ever happen, that would be an experience then I will literally embrace. Need to forward declare this guy. And I will be more than happy to make my experience in a huge company, to be honest. If you understand what I mean, because that is that would be a great, definitely a great experience for anyone, right? So we are going to create the default sub object. It's going to be of type USP inventory, and we're gonna name this guy. Name this guy inventory component. Inventory component, and we should be good. Oh, but did it code the text? Is it C#? No, it's C++. Nate Nash is. I agree with your board. Sadly, I'm not skilled enough to join the industry. Well, honestly, you know, I think there are a lot of positions than you could fulfill, like as junior, and you can learn a lot. I guess I never submitted myself to any company, to be honest, and I don't know if even they will think that I am good for something or not, to be honest. Don't get me wrong, and thankfully for my experience, but it's want to work solo. They're the dreams now. What you Reborn and Darkstone Digital. Darkstone Digital is streaming Nash. Just go see. Yeah, I agree, Nate. There's always some work you could do or just learn. Or maybe some, like, voting for some internship or things. How did I call it, this guy? Wait. Player inventory. I misspelled badly, this guy. Jesus Christ. I can't type inventory today. What the hell's going on? Jesus. I misspelled inventory like plenty of times. But Nash, going solo is a dream. I mean, I think bringing up your own ideas, your own vision, and your going solo expose you to the pure concept of failing and success, right? I mean, especially if going solo means, let me really explain this very well. If going solo means do the game then you want, maybe it's not trained in that moment, and so you could maybe even made a good game, but you could be, it could be a failure, right? If you understand. There are a lot of things involved in being a solo. Definitely, if you do it because if that's your dream, go for it. I can tell you that the the trip that you're gonna make it will be one of the most important in your life. Yeah, I'm trying to learn right now, so hopefully in the future I can join there. Yeah, definitely. Until 2 years and a half ago, I never used any kind of engine. So if I could ship Reborn in 2 years and a half, I think everyone with enough commitment can do, right? Uh, Everyone, literally. To be honest, what do I freaking call it? What is create abstract? Damn auto completion. Uh, why you don't see that? USB inventory, USB inventory, okay. Here we have USB inventory and pointer to player inventory, and that's good. Okay, now it's auto completion, and these days, it just gets mad. Um, my field, Nate says, my field is totally different from game dev, but in the beginning I had no knowledge, so I felt like an imposter because I knew nothing. But after I got a job as a know-nothing trainer, I started to climb. Sorry to share. No, but you guys, we're here for sharing. I mean, uh, Twitch is sharing in real time, and I love your stories of everyone because guys, you're like my friends. So you know me, I know you, and that is the kind of relationship that this channel should always have, right? Uh, we're here for talking of real experience, like you can see my journey. Meanwhile, I'm developing Reborn live. Basically, I strength all the live code. Okay, with the component, good. We have the inventory with max slot. Okay, the component is correctly attached to the pawn. We I literally strength all my path from zero to Reborn. So sharing everything, it's the best I can do for letting people. Okay, you see when I am live, you don't see all the times then I swear because maybe I don't get many followers. Maybe I don't get uh a lot of things. So it's you see the good part, right? There is also a backside of the coin, right? Um, it's really not uh, always easy, right? If you understand what I mean. It's not always easy. One time I sent a mail for the hiring sector of Square Enix. They said they saw you work, but at the time they were not hiring. Wait, they saw me work? No, I don't get Nate. No, I don't get it. You send a mail for you. Nah, you kidding me? You send a mail for me to annex? No, I don't believe it. You're kidding me. You was drunk and you sent a mail? I don't believe it. You're kidding me. If you did, it's fun. If you did, it's fun. I feel like the singing game dev is super hard. I would be completely distracted. Uh, it's not like this, Nash. It comes a lot with your knowledge. I mean, if you're sure of what you do, of course, it takes more time than just staying alone and just coding. But if you're sure of what you do, in a bit of time, it becomes really like a breeze, because a lot comes down to the fact that you were scared at the beginning of making errors, and be scared to be judged if you make an error, and so you at the beginning you want to be super perfect. Fully some data will get smarter than the board for Shut up, bro. Man, if you did it, this is really super funny. If you really did it, Nate, oh my god, that's super fun. That made my day. That made my day, really. A lot at the beginning us comes to that. Then you think that people will judge you if you make an error, or if you show them you make an error. I saw many streamers literally copying code from a window to another, and because they, especially blueprinting, especially when they started, or I've seen streamers then that was doing messes around. But at the beginning, who cares? I mean, everyone learn, right? And it's a process learning. And at the beginning, a bit, you are a bit like, I can say, you need to get used to stream and working meanwhile you talk, or just talking about every different things, and it's the way that it goes. I make errors every day. Everyone does errors, Nash. Let me say that there is even two levels. If we're speaking of a real engine, there are really two levels. The first level is Blueprint, which is Blueprint is C++ visually exposed. So I see after years that there are still streamers that are making a lot of errors because they really don't understand what is the nature of a pointer, or what's the nature of a reference and all this stuff. But that's okay, it's fun. And the secondary level, if you do the things in C++, that it's even more difficult, and the syntax is daunting, and so it's way more difficult streaming in C++ because it requires the next level of knowledge in C and into the engine itself, how it works and all this stuff. So there are steps, right? So normally when you start to streaming game dev, you start to making landscapes, you start to making rocks, you start to making small pieces of environment, and then the things then it goes. After you start to get acquainted to the engine and you start to make the things in Blueprint, and you make a lot of errors, and people then is watching you. If they know what you're doing, they don't laugh. The thing is that, the real difference, Nash, is that you need to be humble. Because if people understand that you are humble and you're trying to learn, and you're trying also to stream to entertain people and create your crowd, your tribe, your audience, people will not judge you. People maybe will help you. And maintaining this level of humbleness, if it's correct in English, that's the best thing you can do. You know, guys, me, then I spent literally hundreds of hours helping people and answering and stuff like that because that's what I like to do. But I'm still the same person than I was 2 years ago, with much more knowledge. But I didn't change it, right? And I never made one single stream for like acting like a streamer, like right for entertaining people, because I'm streaming not because I want to become a streamer. I'm streaming for create knowledge about the game itself, about what I'm building and what I'm creating. When I started, I copied the entire code from one class to another, changing the name of variable methods and see what working out. Well, experimenting, it's really the best way. Oh, I need to check a thing. It's experimenting, then you learn. Learning, it's a trial process, trial error process, right? You know, like today I was making this piece of code. Where is that? I'm gonna make you laugh. Today I was making, where did it end up? Okay, I was making this particular piece of code today. If I can find it. Okay. I had to deal with an exception of the engine. In this particular piece of code, and checking if the health of the phone is equal or less than 0, and it's not died already. So if it's not died, and if the health goes to 0 or below 0, this boolean gets flagged to true, so you're dead. And basically, this line was throwing an exception. Whenever I was killing any kind of enemy, this was working perfectly, because this line basically tried to check if the damage causer, so basically who is shooting at the pawn, as a component that is the basic stats component, which holds every statistics, like the base HP, the base rage, the base endurance. And until I was killing people, this was working good. It was slightly different because the damage causer get owner was here, and this was working perfectly. But whenever I was killing myself to a point, pain volume, basically suiciding myself, this was throwing an exception. And because actually the pain volume doesn't have any kind of owner, and so because this find component by class, it's literally a template version of find component by class, and this particular function does already a cast. So basically it was trying to cast on a null pointer, because the damage causer in this case doesn't have any kind of owner. So, and I was saying, what the fuck? Why the freak is keep giving me this? And I was tired. And when I came back from meeting from dinner, I said, okay, let me check if it has an owner. And I was thinking, no, the pain volume doesn't have an owner. So I had just to make sure that this was not a null pointer, and after it's working perfectly. But you know, there are certain moments in which you are tired and you just don't see. Well, maybe it's the evidence of the things, right? And that sometimes happen. So if you are scared of these things, okay, this is working perfect. That things will happen every day in your day streaming, right? And that's normal, and this will really be, and you will also see that you will get better at streaming too. I need you to get some sort of those Photoshop skills. Oh, I know I'm not working anymore a lot in Photoshop. I love, but that also come also to the fact that, you know, you need to be proficient, I think is the correct word. At least sustainable in a lot of different disciplines whenever you are going to work solo, right? But that's the fun part. Surely, working on a project solo will make you improve a lot, because it's a needing, right? You need to understand the things under the hood. You need to do the things by yourself. So you need to study. You need to study a lot. Probably way more. You will have way more occasion to study compared to the occasion than you will have with a predefinite role in a big company, right? So there is also the other way around. You could, work for years solo and after go to make experience into a big company to see how a huge team cooperates. Because believe me, then working solo is difficult, but working also in teams, it is difficult. Also working in teams, it is difficult because you need to have a great knowledge of what means working with other human being, right? And it's not easy because that comes also to a lot of conflicts, put in that way. Yeah, my free time just to prepare, I'm learning art side stuff. Yeah, I mean, I can say that in my spare time, even I don't have spare time, but I keep trying drawing and improving in drawing too, because I need to draw concepts also. The good part of being a sole developer is that you need to do everything by yourself, so you need to, if you don't have money for hiring, contractors, right? So you need to give a boost to yourself, right? I think we should create an intermediate class and derive the weapon from that intermediate class, because I need to have in the structure at least an enum which defines the type of item, because if we're storing actors, we need to know also what we could extend the actor class directly into the engine. That is also a possibility. When I actually go full-time solo, I'm going to try and do everything myself. If it really sucks, then I will see about hiring someone. The beauty is doing everything by yourself when you are solo. That brings you in a state of mind that you need to do something, and you need to fix and set up something, so you need to learn that stuff, and that's the greatest thing for like art and stuff. Yeah, it's like that. Stati bene, ci si sente. Al prossimo Nix. Al prossimo Nix. Fiasco, non cambiarlo di nuovo. Don't change again your nick. Keep this nick at least for a month. Anche tu, stammi bene. Yeah, hiring someone would be the last option. Well, hiring someone costs money. And when you're solo, you need money to sustain yourself, your bills, your rent, all this stuff. So you will think twice before giving away money to someone. Time is money, money is time. But when you have to deal with a limited or, really small budget, you think twice on what you can and what you can't do, and what will be, because if you have a problem with fixing a mesh, let's say that the one vertices in your mesh get off from oh Jesus Christ, tonight from the skinning, and so you send the mesh to someone to fix the skinning, and there is just one vertex, but in the animation that vertex goes off, and maybe this happen again one other time, and you will send again another mesh to someone to fix one single vertex that went off from the scan. And maybe it will take maybe $15 for fixing, and there are $30. Meanwhile, you just import the animation in Maya, and there is a tool which basically hammer the vertex. And once then you learn it, you know it. And so next time you will not even spend money. The things then I can advise you is, if you want to speed up the things, maybe the first time that then you have a problem, ask a friend or ask someone or even ask a professional. But let the professional showing you how he's fixing it. Because that's the way then you learn a methodology for fixing a problem. And the next time you have at least some clues from how to start and where to start to fix that problem, right? But also I want to make an honest attempt at trying to do it by myself. Yeah, it's it's when I started 2.5 years ago, I know nothing, literally nothing about 3D modeling, scouting, texturing, painting, like never. I had to learn everything. And when I was not understanding something, I asked around, and I asked someone, but I asked also to show me the process in fixing that problem, right? And that helped me a lot, because it's not only that you need to fix a problem, but fixing any kind of problem related to game design and taking a contractor for that costs money. So at least if you can have that problem fixed by contractor, at least ask to him or her to show you the way that he should fix the problem. Because the second time you do by yourself, and you will save money. And that's the way I always approach at everything. I got a PhD from Google. I will use that a lot to try and solve a problem. I mean, Google first. Google is the biggest resource, especially for dealing with beasts like Unreal Engine. Google is the best. Also, also compared to 20 years ago or 15 years ago, there's so many tutorials, because there are two kind of people, Nash, in life. There are people that are doing things, and knows or learn how to do, and there are people that don't know how to do things, but they make tutorials. That's the funny part. Or there are people that are really few, they know really things how to do, and they make great tutorials. But that's really a bit more rare. So what I was supposing to do here, I completely forgot. Oh, what I was trying to do? I said I must do something. I mean, while I was talking, I completely forgot what I was supposed to to make. That's becoming old, guys. That's really becoming old. Jesus, what I was supposed to. I said I want to do this thing, but I completely forgot what it was. Okay, yeah, I wanted to make an intermediate class. That holds, let's say, like a container class from which derives, let's say, everything, like weapons, like let's say a parent class from which derives weapons, items, or equipment. And that class is going to define the type of item. So we're gonna call this class speed dash underscore item. We're going to reparent that class probably. I'm thinking if it's the best way now. Because yeah. Let's make this. Yeah, let's create. Let's create. Yes, the rise from a nectar, and it's gonna be SP item. Gonna be this one. Yeah, so this will be an intermediate class between the actors and the weapons and all the other items that will at least hold the type of item. Because I started to making the weapons, honestly, and I don't want to separate two different having kind of two different inventories and managing the things like that. So we're gonna create an intermediate class on which we are going to reparent the weapon class, and we're gonna have some parts that are in common with weapons and stuff. But this kind of class which tell us on what we're gonna cast, because whenever we're dealing with the inventory, we need to cast to get that particular type of class. So, wait, what is this? Okay, I don't need the projectile right now. I need the item. Wait, where is that? Let's not open it. Let's be weapon. see if this is enough. Yeah, it's oh, my bad. That's a mistake. Mm, mm. Oh. Probably could also avoid to see if it's not complaining. We need to include anyway, so probably we should avoid to include the other one, but let's see. Axel, can you give me some feedback on some mechanics I've been testing for a platform? Sure. Yeah, I'll be happy. Yep. Do you got a video? Okay, let me open it. Just let me check if Dorothy reparented the class, and after I'm gonna open it in the video. Okay. It maintained this class. I should reparent from here too. Well, let me check the video. No, that's my video. Why did I open already? Where is that? Okay, let's see. I started to try and record all after you get something new done, just to document it. That is a good thing. So you have dash in air and double jump in air, right? Yeah.
It's been a hard day,
Sliding. Okay.
and I've been working like a dog. It's been a hard day's night.
Okay.
I should be sleeping like a lord.
It looks like you're jumping in air, right?
I find the things that you do will make me feel alright. You know I work all day to get your money, buy your things.
Sliding and double jumping. Okay.
Just to hear you say you're gonna give me
Okay. Beside the fact then the character is walking here
come home. 'Cause when I get you alone,
in air, like you see, the animation in air is still a walking cycle. Basically, is walking into the air. So you should change the animation into some sort of dashing, something like that.
it's been a hard day's night, and I've been working like a dog. It's been a hard day's night. I should be sleeping.
Faster you go, more damage you deal. Okay.
When I get home to you, I find the things
We're running.
will make me feel alright.
Yeah, but you are in the air, so it's technically not sliding. It's falling, right? At least here is in air.
When I'm home,
Ah, there is a slope here,
everything seems to be right.
so it's invisible. Ah, okay. So,
I'm home,
okay. So you trick me. It's not visible, the slope. Or is this gray thing here?
it's been a hard
Ah, okay, that bad. You need to make it way more visible because it's, you see, it mixed with the background, which is empty, so you really don't see that he is sliding. It's like he is walking in the air. So this should be colored at all. And like from here you see, then now then I see the platform, I understand is jumping. So yeah, makes sense. So this is flying up on top of, there's some kind of vertical current that brings him up like a flow of air. Launchpad, okay.
See the storm set in your eyes.
This one, right?
See the thorn twist in
This one is launched. Okay. Uh, definitely you need to deal with the colors, and also to make us like a flow effects from here, because you don't really understand there is a flow, right? It's like it's pointing forward, so you need to have some kind of impact when you land on it, and some kind of visual effects then says then you're flying up, right? Okay, I think that if you are with the launch pad, I don't feel that I get launched. Is the force that you apply is too is small. I don't. I feel like I'm flying. I'm not. I'm really launched. So you need to apply way more force and way more speed, because you see, I landed. I go up. I don't have the feeling that I got launched. I have more than feeling that I'm flying up with my wings. So the physic force then you apply when you land on the launch pad should be way higher, way bigger, to give boom. Now at this point, the vertical force should be, double up or triple up the way than you put, because you need to give me the feeling as a player that I got catapulted up, launched up like from a cannon, right? So you need some visual effect here, where you have some particles and flows up, and you need really to launch the character way more with way more force and speed, because it feels like I am like quietly flying into the air. So you need to make that launch pad at least kind of black, and maybe we like kind of yellow. This kind of make this section black with yellow pulsing lines. At that point, when you land, you need to have some kind of visual effects. Then tells the player that, boom, you're launching up, and you should also maybe changing the angle of the camera, pointing up, and add way more force when you get throw up, right? You get pull up. You see, it's like I'm feeling like I'm quietly flying. I don't have the feeling that I get catapulted up and just get fire up like a projectile, right? For the rest, war running seems good. Okay, if it doesn't make a lot of sense when you double jump in this part of things, because it cuts off any kind of difficult. Because if you miss the second platform for wall running, but you can jump in the air and goes directly to the second, because you missed the second wall, a double jump there doesn't make sense, because it's like saving your ass, right? You see, you missed the left one, and you're falling down, and you double jump in the air here. it doesn't make a lot of sense, because if you double jump in the area, you cut off the difficulty of this place, right? So basically, you jump on the first one here, and you miss the jump on the second one here, but you jump in the air and you go directly on the fourth one. That makes no sense, because this should be a difficult point to pass, and if you enable double jump here, people can get their ass saved, so it makes not a lot of sense. So boom, here you should jump right here, but in this video you miss and you double jump literally here, boom, and that makes no sense, because if you enable the double jump there, you cut off the difficulty of this piece, and you're going against your level design. That makes no sense. So you need to prevent the double jump in this zone, because with the double jump, it's like this zone doesn't exist. Because if you miss, and you should fall down and restart the level. That is the difficult. So when you are here, you should put an invisible volume here and set a flag for preventing the double jump here. Or I can delete the other two walls. That is another solution, but it goes a bit against the game design. But it's easy. I guess you have a double jump bull, or you have a counter, or whatever. You're putting an invisible volume here, then prevents the flag to be changed. So at that point, this becomes the difficult, because from here you need to jump here. If you miss the jump, you're dead. Jump counter, okay. That's it. Let me see the rest. Like here makes sense, you see. And you see, okay, this is against you double jump here because you missed it. And that doesn't make a lot of sense, because it's like you're cutting away the difficulty of this thing. Because the player should calibrate very well their jumps to bypass the level. Because these walls are here for introducing a mechanic like wall running, and this mechanic should be difficult. You cannot make this gap without double jumping. Put them closer, or put here. Put on this thing. Put on this one a launcher pad, then gives you more speed. So if these are way too far, one from each other, put on this one a launch pad, then gives you more. Then launch your character. You can use launch character and apply different force. Then you can actually jump here. But just relying on the player, then it's just clicking the button. The double jump here is just like a saving all button, and that goes against your level design and against the idea of difficult, right? Because you can always save yourself, right? So no, put a launch pad here that gives you more speed. So if you jump too earlier, you don't gonna get the launch pad force, and so you're gonna falling down. If you launch too late, you're gonna having too much speed, and maybe you can miss this one. If you take the launch pad, you get the force to jump to here. Yeah. Good. I mean, mechanics are there. This is what I can tell you about, the feeling that I can have of that. You see, learn level design. Thanks for that. A lot comes. A lot comes down to the feeling that you want to give to the players. If you put something in terms in an action game, in terms of level design, and it should represent a difficulty, should really represent the difficulty. You know, the play. You know, like the old arcades. You need to have coordination hand high to play the games, right? A game nowadays needs to have the same difficult in 3D, right? In the same way, you need to jump at the right moment with the right direction to go on the other platform and we're running on the other one, and so far so on. So that obstacle should be there for a purpose. If you enable double jump there, the purpose is not there because it's no more a challenge. And being no more a challenge, you know, people gets bored because they don't have any kind of challenge, right? That's the best advice that I can give you. Whenever you put something, especially in an action game, be sure that that has a meaning, and that if you're putting an obstacle, and that represents a real challenge for the player, right? If you understand what I mean with that, I'm sure you can understand. Ooh, let me try to check everything. At least from my point of view. Do, 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 do.
If it takes just a little while, open your eyes and look at
It's already midnight? Wow. Oh, that's not possible. I didn't even notice that tonight. That's insane. I was thinking it was like kind of 9 p.m. 21. It's already 30 past 23. That's fun. Let me create a new blueprint class. Speed.
think about times to come, not about the things that you've done. If life was bad to you, just think what tomorrow will do. Don't stop thinking
Okay.
about tomorrow.
With the class.
He'll soon be here. He'll be better than before. Yesterday's gone.
Well, guys, I think it's time to call it night. It was a very good stream, but I didn't even notice that it was past 2 hours already. That's the beauty of the streaming. When the stream is good, people is good around, you know, time flies, really.
If it takes just a little while,
Time flies.
I know you don't believe that it's true.
Do, 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 do.
Thinking about tomorrow.
Guys, thanks for staying with me, switching in Andy mode. It was a very good talk tonight. I really liked it a lot. I don't know when I'll be back. Don't know if tomorrow, in a couple of days. We'll see. A lot of back office stuff still needs to be done. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you, Danex. Thank you, Nash. Thank you, Nate. Thank you, Fiasco. And don't call with your other nickname. Thanks, Nate, Nash. Thanks, everyone, guys. It was very, 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 very good stream. Have a good night, guys. Even if it's not night for you. And see you next time. Good night, Nash. Good night, Nate. Good night, everyone. I let you the next song and I switch off. Good night, guys. See you later.
It was 9:29, 9:29 Max Street, big city. The sun was going down, there was music all around, it felt so right. It was one of those nights when you feel the words that